Yes, hello everybody. Today you are with Frederick from Business Power Academy. I'm the business owner and founder of my business and NLP coaching company. I'm as well the author of the books Beautiful Mind and Master Your Life and Business Power Academy, and the host of my YouTube channel, The Power of Your Mind, and the founder and the host of the talk show, Share Your Life Story Experience. The main goal of the talk show is to inspire, motivate, teach people, but as well to attract the ideal clients in collaborations. So with trainers, mentors, healers, therapists, coaches, educators, and public speakers. Today, I have invited someone as a guest from Africa, and I would like to invite our guest to present himself. Could you introduce yourself, please? What's your name and what are you doing?
Yes, Veronica, so happy to be on your show tonight. It is tonight here, I guess. It should be late afternoon there, but I'm just getting out of work. And I've packed by the side to really have this time with you. Yeah, it's a great honor and privilege for me to be with you today. And as you said, to be able to share our story so that we inspire a soul out there. My name's Frederick Richard, and I think in the flyer I had a brief description of what I do. But in short, yes, as you said, I'm a personal leadership development coach. And I also help my clients be able to take their product successfully online, which you stated it clearly. So I am glad to be here. My purpose in life is basically to make sure I help someone become who they were created to be and to be able to manifest that in the online world. So I'm looking forward to share with you my small story that I know might be able to impact someone out there. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for sharing. So this beautiful story about you, because the main goal of the talk show is to sharing true life stories experience, not only professionally, but probably what you have experienced in your life. I have a very important question, which I think that it's absolutely interesting to the people around the world to know how did you transform your life, or what has triggered your interest to make the decision to change your life.
Beautiful, beautiful, Veronica. You know, of course, you know, the story of Africa is always a story of pain, some kind of, because of where we come from. Most of us come from a background of pain. And so I am not different. I was raised the 24th child of my father, and the 13th child of my mother. Meaning my father had 24 children and my mother had 13. So I'm the last born.
Oh my gosh.
And so, yes, I grew up in poverty, but with one desire that when I grew up, I wanted to be able to change my mother's life, because she gave her everything for me. Here, including selling all small things for me to go to school. I was able to carry food on her head for miles, hot food on her miles to take to factory workers, so that we can be able to have basic needs. So one of my inspiration growing up, and one day something happened. We were going to town to purchase tomatoes. You might not have an idea, but here, most women sell or vend tomatoes. So my mother was vending tomatoes. That is one of the many things she was doing to be able to earn a living. And so when we were going, a neighbor gave us a lift, and in his car, so this was one of our immediate neighbors had a car. And so when we entered the car, he asked us to remove our shoes because we would have darkened his car. And this a little bit disturbed me in the inside. And when I got out of that car, sitting on the car, but carrying my shoes on my hands, I remember telling my mother that, you know, when I become a man, I'll buy for you a car. That was my inspiration. I wanted to be able to, you know, make my mother a successful lady. But no, so when I got to university, I was doing statistics, which is major in mathematics, but I didn't see a way of becoming successful through statistics, because most of the people here after finishing school, you know, you get a job, but the salary you get is always struggling. I had projected, I really wanted to make big success. And I did not just have, I didn't just have the liking for the statistics that I was doing, but also I didn't see that was a pathway for me to give me the life I envisioned, more especially for my mother. But again, the funny story that round about that time when I was in the university, my mother died of cancer. So my inspiration kind of was affected, because
Yeah.
I grew up saying, you know what, I'm gonna do everything I can to make this woman happy. And so the woman goes to be with the Lord. It disturbed me as a person and made me to self-reflect, to ask the question, okay, if all I were doing was for my mother and she's gone now, what am I going to do with my life? And round about that time, there was a leadership coach and speaker, an international motivation speaker, who came to my town, the capital of my country, Uganda, that is Kampala. And he was called Dr. Miles Munro. He was a leadership speaker. He was a leadership coach. He was an author. He was a government advisor. In fact, was retained by over 82 governments, including Israel. So it was very successful. And so this show, they were charging $100 to, it was a business breakfast, and they were charging $100 to enter, or to go and attend. And I was in the university. $100 is a lot of money in my country, but for a student. So I remember I had to sell, I had some small animals that I was keeping. That was my only asset. So I sold those to go and attend this business breakfast.
Oh my
And I still
gosh.
remember up to this day, I was the youngest attendee in that business breakfast. So when this guy started to speak about his life and the work he was doing, and how he was traveling the world in his own jet, and you know, his wonderful family, something in me was born. I said, this is what I want to do, and this is who I want to become. So that day, I transitioned from being a statistician to definitely being a leadership coach, even though it took me time. So what happened was, after that event, I went back to the university and told my colleagues, I said, from today onwards, I am no longer a statistician. I am now a leadership coach. And they were all laughing because I bought this man's books. I started reading. So to cut the long story short, I had to quit my profession as a statistician to begin pursuing my dream. But the worst story came because after attending that, that gentleman had promised that within a year, he was going to open up a leadership school in my country. And we were so excited because I couldn't wait to join his school so that I could be trained to be a leader and help to discover myself so that I can also help others. But in less than a year, he died in a plane crash. Now, I had
Wow.
already committed my life that I have left statistics to pursue this dream. This was the guy who was going to direct me. This was the guy who was going to be able to coach me. And here, within 1 year, he dies. And I was left alone with a dream, but I did not know how to do. I didn't know what to do. So I had to be by myself. And I remember for the next 3 years, it was very tough for me because inside of me boiled a dream, but I couldn't just see how to do it, what to do. So I started reading books, started listening to YouTube videos. I started trying it on my own to be able to understand the path to discover myself, the path to develop myself as a leader. And it was within those 3 years, or maybe like up to 4 years, that I was attempting to bring out this, that I landed on a kind of a formula that helped me to discover myself, to discover my potential, to discover who I was, to really be convinced of my value as a human being. And I said, you know what? Yes, I thought that I had hit the, that kind of feeling saying, here it is. I think
Yeah.
this is what I've been waiting for. Because when I attended that man's business breakfast, it was in one of the best hotels in my country. And that event had the who's and the who's of my country had attended. In fact, the Speaker of Parliament was there. The first daughters were there. the queen of my biggest tribe was there. So those were the kind of people. And when this man announced that he was going to open a leadership school, all of them burst up in jubilation. So I knew that humans were looking for what this man was offering. So within those 3 years, my prayer was, I am looking for a formula that will help me. But when I find it, I will take it out and I will help other people with it. So after 3 to 4 years of trying on my own, failing several times, most of the time being frustrated, I landed in kind of a formula. And I got that formula. I taught it to my friends, around 6 of them, 2 my sisters and 4 of my friends, and they all discovered their leadership potential. And they all, got understanding of what I was teaching. So I said, okay, if I can do this, then I can be able to do it to other people. And basically that is how I started refining myself. And really when I made it a course, it was when I started helping young people. So I started a program, I was calling it the Next Generation Leadership Club, that was targeting young people, youths of my country. And so I was contracted by a big organization here to be able to train their youths. I could bring youths in one place, like for 4 days or 5 days, and train them, help them discover their leadership potential, help them discover who they were, and help them craft their vision. So an organization got interested, but then they asked me, they said, we like what you're doing, but do you have a system? Do you have like a method that, because we want to be able to take this to our whole country, so that the whole country may benefit from what you're giving. And I realized I didn't have any system. I was just having some notes and that I was teaching, and it was just from my passion. It was just from my years of experience of listening and reading books and doing all this. So I started to, it opened my eyes, because I didn't have a system. I didn't have a course. So I said, hey, I need to develop this because my next level of work involved me to be able to be much more organized. And so I went to start investing in understanding how to, because when I was now attending other organizational, in my industry, attending what other consultants were doing, I saw everyone had a system, everyone had a method they were teaching to help produce results for their clients, and I didn't have. So I got interested, and that is how I started developing myself again. I first bought, I think I bought up to 6 courses on really how to develop a course. And after those 6 courses, when nothing happened, I decided to hire a coach. I don't know, from Africa, hiring a coach in the United States is extremely expensive. But again, this is all you have to go for your dream. So I had to hire a coach. I took me step by step, and I was able to develop a course. And when I developed a course for those young people, it was tremendous. We had a lot of impact. But soon, also my other clients, the big ones, after they had discovered themselves, they used to come to me and said, hey, okay, I would love to teach people, I would love to coach people, but I don't know how to do it. I don't have a method. What do I do? So since I had already learned, I started also teaching my other clients. So I became a coach accidentally. I really didn't plan. All I was doing was, yes, I just wanted to be able to help people discover themselves and do this. But then because of that demand from my clients and from my environment, I found myself being able to be a coach. And the same thing happened when COVID happened, because before COVID, we were comfortable moving from hotel to hotel across the country, training people, organizing seminars across East Africa, which has around 5 countries. But then what happened was then COVID comes and shuts down everything. And guess what? We needed to understand, how do we then take this that we are doing online? And that is how we're able to again learn how to be able to take whatever you are doing online. So basically that is my story to how I transitioned to what I'm doing today.
Does COVID-19 affected your business?
Yes, it affected my business, because I know before COVID-19, we were doing physical meetings, we were doing seminars. So we used to organize seminars from town to town, maybe city to city. But then when everything was shut, we started thinking of, okay, fine, how then do we reach our clients? Because we had clients that needed us, they were in our program, and there was no way to reach them. So that is how I started investing in understanding how to reach to them. And today we are here reaching the whole world, around 5 continents. And by the way, from that, because before COVID, we were only dealing with East Africa. But now after COVID, it allowed us to go to South Africa, to UK, to United States. And, it has been a blessing.
Yes, I think that you are blessed, that God has heard your prayers, because I deeply believe in God and that nothing is happening without a reason, The most important is to make that decision, and to follow your heart, to listen as well, so to your desires, and to take your dream serious. Like, if you don't take your dream seriously, you are never gonna achieve that. But it's incredible that in a such situation like you were alone. So your mom was passed away and you should make money so in your own. And how old were you at that time when? Because you said that you mentioned that you were the youngest one, so in the room.
Yes, I by that time I wasn't. I was 20 years old. I was 20 years old. I was
Wow.
20, making 21 years, because I was in the university, and yes, I was around 20 years old.
Wow, it's impressive, really. So my compliments for making the decision and to following your dreams. I would like to talk with you about how to pinpoint the right niche, because I see that many coaches out there, they are not clear enough. They are really struggling. So they are saying, okay, I want to help everyone, but that's not possible. You have to know your client avatar. So who is your ideal client and what is your offer? So what is your offer in this case?
Beautiful, Veronica. First, what I always tell a lot of my students is that I believe in passion, because that is where I come from. I believe in passion because, when you're going into coaching, it's not something that you're going to do for one day. Next day you jump into another thing. It's going to take your life. It's going to demand for your life. So it's something that you need to be, it has to be an area that you have interest in, you yourself, because you have to keep on with that subject for a long time. So the first thing I always tell my students is, not let it be around your passion. But though the other aspect is the issue of finances. Yes, if it is your passion, then can it be able to, can you turn it into a high ticket? Can it be able to give you the money so that you're able to, if you're going to paid ads and you're doing all these things that demand money, can you be able to set a price that you can break through? So it's, for me, apart from just your skill, apart from just what you're good in, I would also really want them to balance with their passion and then their earning ability. So if, for example, you have identified that, yes, for me, it has been about helping people to discover who they are and become who they were created to be. But then now, as a coach, my big work is, yes, once you have discovered who you are, I help you to be able to do the same for others. So my niche is basically around course creators, people who want to create courses, people who want to use to turn their passion, turn their expertise, turn into a course. So I really look at course creators. But then the other thing on top of that is, I come from a Christian background, and it's something that, yes, I am bold about. So if really my approach is going to impact you, then you must be able to be kingdom-minded, God-minded. I know, yes, we're in a world where, but I have to take a stand for what I believe. So because I believe that, yes, being driven by my convictions, and one of my convictions is, yes, I'm created by God to be able to make an impact. So yes, if you are a kingdom person, if you're a godly person, and you feel that you have something in the inside of you and that you want to be able to turn it into a cause, then right, you are my niche.
Okay, so and about your giveaway, what would you like to give away to the people? Yeah, something that they can learn from you.
Yes, what I would give away is simple, that one of the things that has helped me is the ability to persevere, is the ability to push through. I always give the example that when you carry a mango seed on your hands, you are carrying a mango forest. That is the old saying. But there's a gap between the mango seed and the mango forest, because you have to plant the seed, it has to germinate, it has to be able to, to grow, become the big tree, bear fruit, and then be able to multiply. The distance between where we are and where we want to be is a gap. And that takes perseverance. That takes being able to have that tenacity, being able to have that energy to push. Would give my anybody listening to us is, yes, your dreams is a reality. Your dreams, and you are given that dream to manifest it, but it takes time. If you look at the example I'm giving of the mango seed, the things that a mango seed goes through to become a mango tree is years of fighting. And so we shouldn't fear hardships. We shouldn't fear challenges. We shouldn't fear different seasons in our dreams. Let's just be able to embrace them and know that, yes, at the end of the day, if we give our all, then God or the universe is there to be able to answer us. So really, for me, it's about tenacity. It's about perseverance.
Yes, I totally agree with you, because when you are doing everything with dedication and passion and love as well, so then the success is guaranteed. The last question that I want to ask you is about your delivery.
Pardon, I can't get you.
I want the last question is about delivery. How do you deliver your offer? Because you said that you were doing seminars offline, but how do you do now? How do you deliver your offer?
Okay, I deliver my offer through webinars. I believe that, yes, if you look at webinars as a method, seem to be foundational to a lot of things that are happening, like whether it's challenges, whether it's workshops. I think the aspect of webinar cannot be taken for granted. Yes, so today, yes, I deliver my offers or my teachings through a webinar. I don't know if I am answering you, but that's the method that I use.
But do you use organic marketing, or do you use advertising?
Okay. Yes, I basically use organic. I use organic marketing. I use the social organic prospecting. I think, yes, it's a little bit engaging, but that is where I am, because when I moved online, though, yes, I did a lot of training as far as paid ads are concerned, but I feel that no, I don't want to be able to throw my money out there with paid ads. So I've not mastered it, and yes, it works. Maybe I just need to find someone, but currently I'm comfortable with organic social prospecting. That is how I connect to my ideal clients.
Because there are webinar softwares, many of them, that you can automate. So your courses or your webinars that they sell even in the night when you are sleeping, so organically, yeah. So maybe that's as well, a method of delivery. an easy method of delivery.
Yeah,
But
true. True. Maybe what I need to say is when we shifted online, I had an email list of almost 700 people that who were my students, had gone through the seminars and all this. So we started reaching out to them, and they were excited because when COVID happened, we also did, by the way, free challenges. So I just did free challenges because by that time the world was asking for service. So I was just serving my people. And I said, hey, we can be able to connect more and connect better. So I did free challenges. And yes, I have, like the challenge model too. But though, as I said, foundational to that has to really be the understanding of putting up a good webinar. So yes, I will be able to get to even, the evergreen automated webinar, because that is where I'm targeting, or that's where I'm heading to, so that we automate the whole thing. And I can be able to be sleeping while serving people, and as a result, make money.
That's interesting. Because, I was talking to a coach from Germany. Yeah, being in touch with so many coaches around the world. I was asking her how is she so delivering her offer, because I have invested in advertising. So I have invested in advertising, and it costs really a lot of money, but incredible a lot. Like per month, minimum, you have to invest about €1,000 minimum. That is minimum. And so not taking in account the another costs, because maintaining a company, it costs a lot of money. It's not only so the advertising, you have to pay another people, you have to pay so many things, because I have people as well in my team that they work with me online. I cannot split myself in 10 parts, to do everything. And I don't advise to the people to do that, because otherwise then you will get overwhelmed. So by now I want to thank you from the depth of my heart, Frederick, for being here with me. It's an honor to having you so in my talk show, and we will organize shortly as well the global talk show, because many people out there from all over the world, so they are reaching me out to participate to the talk show. So it's amazing, it's very beautiful. And what I have observed, especially the leaders, that they are already on a high level, but they are striving to grow more and more. And so this kind of leaders, so they are reaching me out because they want to expand so their expertise exponentially globally. And there is huge difference when you see the development of the mindset, because the real leaders, they are striving to take action, to take massive action. And the people that they are from the beginning, they are doubting. And many people so don't even realize the impact of the talk show. They don't realize it yet, but it's okay. So I'm very happy with the leaders that they are participating to our talk show. I want to thank you all for being online with us, because immediately I have another talk show, and so the another participant is waiting for me. Take care, and I see you soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, bye-bye.
All right, bye.